The government and its friends are indoctrinating our children for the control of their minds, your freedom and our choice and our future. It must stop.
Kathy, get off my phone! Get off my phone, you little pinhead!
I'm sorry. I just love my country, and I fear for it.
Now, American talk radio host Glen Beck is a phenomenon in that country. He hosts the Glen Beck program. It's a nationally syndicated show that airs throughout the United States. He's also a best-selling author and previously a presenter on the right-leaning Fox television network. He's been called a fearmonger, but like him or loathe him, he is hugely influential. He was in South Africa recently after visiting Israel to lend his support to that country and hosting a rally called Restoring Courage. En route home, he joined me from Cape Town. After our discussion, he posted on his website, it was one of the worst interviews he's ever done. So this is what I put to him when we started, that he was well known for incendiary remarks and conspiracy theories. Did that about sum him up?
I am a individual in my country that has spoken out against President Obama, but also President Bush. I let the chips fall where they may. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I think that things are right out in the open and they're quite clear and obvious. I make an awful lot of people angry because I say the things that people think but they don't usually say. I also make people angry because I point out what I think are obvious things. You know, I talked about the collapse of the economy starting back in 2006, the collapse of the stock market back in 2008, under a right-wing president, and the right wing came after me then because they didn't like to hear it. They thought I was hurting the president, and in my country, it's not my job to hurt or protect a president. My job is to speak the truth as I see it.
How far are you prepared to push the envelope? 2009, this is what you said. President Obama has a deep-seated hatred for white people and the white culture. This guy, I believe, is a racist. That goes beyond anger, though, doesn't it?
No. When I talked about the white culture, that comes actually from President Obama's own book. That's really what I should have left it at there. Let the president's words speak for themselves. I will tell you, Jeremy, I say a lot of things in the United States about my country, but I'm not one to badmouth my country or my president outside of my country. So I don't want to be rude, but as a courtesy to my country and my president, I will discuss the things about my president inside my own borders of my country, but not outside.
But Glen Beck, statements like that do inevitably define you. You have this global reputation of being a right-wing nutter.
Well, you can describe me any way you want, Jeremy. You seem to be doing a nice job of it now.
Does it upset you when people put names and labels like that to you?
I don't know.
Or is that
someone called you someone called you a nut job the first couple of minutes that you met them?
Is that simply the business that you're in?
It doesn't upset me, Jeremy, in the way that it used to. I really truly believed for a long time that you could try to do the right thing. You could get it wrong sometimes, which I do. You can apologize for those times. You can try to correct it and lead with your mistakes when you do it, and really do your homework. And when you did, the media and the honest journalists would say, okay, now wait a minute, I never looked at it that way. Let me do my homework. Let me look into it. I really truly believed for a long time that honesty was always the best policy. I still believe that. But I believe there are many people in the media that are not honest, do not have an honest agenda, and those things will never change. I think journalists have done such a poor job in my country, such a poor job of protecting the truth and trying to find the truth. The journalists and the media, it is their responsibility in a civilized society to do their best to find the truth, even if it disagrees with their own agenda.
Does Glen Beck have an agenda?
Yes, the truth. The truth as I see it, as I understand it. We are living in an extremely dangerous time. There is oppression around the world. There are countries that are oppressing their own people like nobody's business. And then there are countries like Israel, like South Africa as well. From what little, and I beg your forgiveness, but most of what I know of Africa, I have gotten from our own media in the United States, and as a continent, I have watched The Lion King several times. So I don't mean to insert myself here, but from what I see of the history of South Africa, you, just like the United States and Israel, are a country that tries. Do you get it right all the time? Is there, are there problems? Yes, but you try. There are other parts of the world that are going backwards. That's really where we need to concentrate our efforts. As countries, as individuals, we have a profound responsibility to stand up and do the right thing and speak truth when we see it and speak it without fear.
It's been written, Glen Beck, that you prey on the fears of Middle America and you simply amplify them. Is that true?
Wow. I play on the fear. Let me go back, Jeremy, to where I was at the very beginning with our conversation. What I do is I tell you what is obvious that is coming. Let me start in 1999. I said on the air in New York City, there will be buildings, bodies, and blood in the streets of this city if you don't take Osama bin Laden seriously. Within 10 years, I warned, there would be an attack, a major attack in New York City. It didn't take 10, it took 2. They called me a fearmonger. In 2006, when I said, America, stop with the spending of homes that you can't afford. Stop with the credit cards that you can't afford. Stop, it won't last. They called me a fearmonger. They called me a fearmonger in 2008 when I said the global economy will melt down. They called me a fearmonger in 2008 when I said riots will come to Europe. They will begin in Greece. They will spread to Spain. They will go to England. And I believe they have happened. No journalist has ever pointed out that the things that I have warned America about have happened. Now I am here to warn the world. Profound darkness is coming if we don't have courage, if we don't have the courage to stand up. We don't have to agree with each other politically. But there is a great example in your own country of true courage, and it's Nelson Mandela. It's not just the courage of standing up, of going to jail. It is also the courage to do the right thing.
As I listen to you, you speak with a commitment, you speak with a messianic zeal. How much influence do you believe you have in the United States of America?
Jeremy. Hold on just a second. No, hang on just a second, Jeremy. Let me get this right, because this is a very fair interview we have here. I'm a nut job. Yeah. I'm a right-winger. I'm a conspiracy theorist, and now I'm sorry, what?
I said to you that you were talking. No, I said that you were talking with a messianic zeal. You're talking like a prophet. My question to you is, how much influence do you really think you have? Are you more powerful than President Obama?
No, not by any stretch of the imagination. I am one guy who is trying my hardest to live my life the way I am asked to live my life by my God. I am trying very hard to speak a truth that nobody wants to hear. My influence is really only up to those who wish to engage in thinking. And I think at this point still, there are too many people that are not willing to question truth anymore. They're not willing yet, at least, to look at the hard things that may be coming our way.
You let us know what you think of that interview on our Facebook page. That was a US talk radio host Glen Beck in South Africa recently.